Hello guys and welcome once again, and today I've got a pretty wild brew for today. So this morning I was looking at some very unique cards that are not really played in Pauper, and I found the Rofellos gifts. You can read it, it's actually pretty insane. You can reveal like any number of cards in your hand, and if you do, you return an enchantment card for each card revealed this way. So this is a build around for today, and I've changed this deck a lot of times, and we are probably going to be changing that as we speak and as we play today to make this version better and better. It started off pretty bad, but now I am pretty happy with it. So let's take a look at the deck. So we are obviously playing some enchantments to actually go with this. We are playing a lot of 1-drops. We've got the Abundance Growth, which draws a card, the Unbridled Growth, which are actually super nice because we can sacrifice them to draw, which means we put them into the graveyard for the Rofellos gift. Some ramp in the Utopia Sprawl and the Wild Growth and Vessel of Nascence, which is basically a card advantage piece, or not really a card advantage piece since it's 1-for-1, but we can sacrifice it. It's basically like Malevolent Rumble without the Eldrazi spawn, and then we can return it back with the gift again. We are playing some Aura Gnarlits as well. This is a win condition, and the Benefraction of Ronas along with the Crucifixes inside are very good card advantage pieces. This is something like a stock up, if you guys know from Modern and Commander, obviously pretty powerful in a deck like this. And the Crucifixes inside, we play like 28 enchantments I think, so this should be pretty consistent. We should find the 3 cards most of the time. And then 2 Season of Renewal, we can choose one or both. We can return an enchantment or a creature, or we can do both, right? So this is why we are playing the Ardent Elementalist. Obviously this can be a value piece. We can return the Rofellos gift and return more enchantments, which is nice. We can return the Benefraction, which is good as well, or the Crucifixes inside to find more stuff. This is all good and well, but obviously we can return the Season of Renewal, which means we can return the Elementalist and some random enchantment. Then we can use the Elementalist to return back the Season of Renewal, and we are basically netting 1 enchantment each time we do it, which I think is really powerful and extremely grindy, and I actually love it. Now we are playing 17 forests. We are basically mono green. We are just splashing for the Elementalist and the Standard Bearer in the sideboard. We are using the Abundant Growth, the Unbridled Growth, and the Utopia Sprawl to do that, which I think is enough. So we are playing 17 lands and 3 generous ends. I think you can play the end if you are in the late game, which is obviously awesome. 3 Tanukis. I absolutely love this card in this deck. Again, you can use the Rofellos gift or actually the Season of Renewal to return back the Tanuki after you channel it, which you can use for ramping, and 3 mana to gain a land is not that bad, so I actually like it, especially in the grindier matchups. And 3 Nyxborn Hydras as a finisher. It's an enchantment, which means you can return it again with the Season of Renewal. It's extremely good and a great win condition and a finisher. Now when we take a look at the sideboard, we are playing 2 Standard Bearers, very important against decks like High Tide, 1 Safekeeping. I will use this mostly against Burn, 3 Vandals and 1 Oof. This is against all the bridges, 4 Ramthrus to get rid of the pesky creatures, 2 Vitugaze Inspectors. This is against Fairies and Burn, and 2 Night Soil. I think this card is pretty cool. We will use this against Dredge and we will try it against Spy. It's an experiment once again. So I know this brew is pretty crazy, but do let me know what you think about it, and I will obviously change it right as we play to make it the best it can be, and I will see you in the games. Alright guys, we got another game here, and obviously the deck has been evolving a lot. This is still day 2. Hand is actually pretty good. We would love to find some lands, but the Malevolent Rumble can definitely help us with that, so let's keep. Okay, so I think we will just play the Wild Growth. We will see what we want to play the Utopia Sprawl on as a color, but I think it will most likely be red, right? They go Elvish Mystic, so we are playing against Elves. Very difficult matchup game 1. Actually, I think maybe even impossible, but we are going to see what can we do. Find an Arbor Elf, that's good. We can go for a Malevolent Rumble, I think. Okay, we do find the forest. I think that's what we need to pick here. Play a forest, play the Arbor Elf. Next turn we actually have a lot of mana with the Utopia Sprawl, which is awesome. They go for a Winding Way, alright. That's very unlucky, they found 3 forests. Looks like 1 generous end in there, like Kyrian Ranger. Okay, we do find a Rumble, so we can go for a Utopia Sprawl on this one. We will definitely play the Fat Chocoboko. We will choose red also. We have 6 mana, so actually if we use the spawn we can play Rumble as well, which I'm a big fan of. So let's go for the Chocoboko, and let's go for Rumble too. Find Generous End, Unbridled Growth. We want the Growth in the graveyard, we don't need the End. Land would be nice, but it's not super necessary. I actually do like the Generous End. I think we can use that to just have a pretty good Rofellos gift and then cycle it for land. I like the end a lot. And let's say go. Okay, here is an Elvish Mystic. And lead the Stampede. Let's see if they are more lucky this time. They probably will be, since elves are super consistent at those creatures. They play like nearly 40, like 30 something. Yeah, here it is. And Masked Vandal is obviously pretty incredible. They have an end, so they can do that. Okay, they go for the land over elves. Fair enough. Okay, we do find the forest, which is, I guess, not ideal. So I think we just need to be faster. I'm not sure how exactly are we going to do that, but we just need to be faster. So let's attack with these two. Are they blocking? Even though it has trample, that seems like a misplay, but sure. So we could go Elementalist plus gift, or we just forego the gift and go for the generous end. I think we just go for the generous end. Like I said, obviously I misplayed again. I needed to play the land first. That would be one more damage. We would be at 14. Okay, let's run the end anyway. That's fine. Mistakes were made, and they have a masked bundle. They blocked with the elves so that they could exile the Chocoboko, of course, which makes a lot of sense. But still, they still have the end to deal with, which we like. Looks like Nyxborn Hydra on 5 maybe, or something like that, which I don't think. Well, they could go Nyxborn Hydra on 5 and then play the Vandal if they use the Ranger, but it's probably Vandal first, let's be honest. Okay, never mind. Maybe they're going for a huge Nyxborn Hydra here. Oh, it's generous end instead. That's fair. Okay, creatures get trample. We do find a vessel, which is sweet. This means we can actually just go for Ardent Elementalist and pick up something like a Malevolent Rumble and then use the Rofellos gift, play the gift. We will return 2 cards back, which is like, you know, pretty good. I would say 2 cards back is definitely a good value for 1 mana, so we'll go back to Growth and the Vessel of Nascency. And then we will definitely untap the Forest. And do we want to attack with anything? I don't even think so, to be honest. Like, I don't know what would we attack with. Let's run the Rumble first. Vessel Forest. I think give me the Forest here. We have Season of Renewal in the grave. Could be useful. We have Elementalist here and here. Let's go Forest too. And yeah, we are not attacking anyway. Maybe we will just play the Vessel and crack it. I think that's fair. Yeah, we will crack it right now actually. Okay, Elementalist is really sweet. Actually, really sweet. If the game goes really long, so we will pick up the Elementalist. And that's it from us now. It would be awesome if we found a Seal of Doom. I would love that. Okay, Fyndhorn Elves. Okay, looks like either a Nyxborn Hydra or maybe another End. Could be a Wildling as well, but I think it's either Nyxborn or Generous End. Yeah, it's Nyxborn. Okay. Can they attack is the question. They will. They can untap the End if they want soon. So that's no blocks for us. Find a Season of Renewal number 2. I'm not against it. The problem is I really want to find the Seal of Doom here. So it's probably just Vessel and crack the Vessel. Here is a Seal. That's sweet. So we can start chaining actually very soon. I don't think we are attacking now, but how much is this Hydra? 3? That's not that much. Okay, so we can tap, we can untap, we can use 1 green for the growth. We will add black, Seal of Doom. We could use this to attack, but if they have another Nyxborn, we are pretty cooked, right? So we could do it right now, or we could wait. I'm not exactly sure what's better. I think we are going to wait, seems a little smarter. Then we will just sacrifice the Eldrazi spawn while we have the mana to do it and play Season of Renewal. We will return both. Well, actually, we then need to use the Seal of Doom first because we want to return it. Then we will Season of Renewal. Let's go Ardent Elementalist and Seal of Doom. And I guess we can attack with something like the End only. Okay, we hit them for 5. Hopefully no more Nyxborn Hydras. Although if they have more, obviously we are in pretty big trouble here. We can use the Seal of Doom always, but they will outpace us just a little bit, I think. Oh, looks like another big creature. Let's see what it is. It looks like it's another Nyxborn Hydra. Pretty lucky if you ask me. Oh, the Nyxborn Hydra, alright. And I guess we are blocking with the Elementalist, since we want to have an Elementalist to return back with the Season of Renewal. Probably, right? Okay, let's block here. And here comes the end step. Find the Utopia Pearl. That's actually great. So we can go black on this one. So we can tap for black. Play the Elementalist. Return back Season of Renewal, right? We need to play Seal of Doom. So we will untap this forest. We will sacrifice this to see what we draw first. Another Seal of Doom. That's nice. Sadly, we have only 1 now. I should have tapped first for black, but you know, you can't know you are gonna get the Seal of Doom again, so it's fair. How much mana do we have? Just to check, we have 6. That would be a beautiful double Seal of Doom, but sadly not now. We have 4 mana here. Well, I think we do need to play the Seal of Doom though. We can sacrifice the food. Is there anything else we can do with this mana here? I don't really believe so. We do have a Seal of Doom, so we can actually use the Season of Renewal. We can just get back Ardent Elementalist and I guess the Chocoboko for now, right? And that's it. We will pop the seal at instant speed. Don't you tell me it's another Nyxborn Hydra, like, come on. Looks like it might be actually. Looks like it just might be. Okay, interesting. I don't think I would put this on that Hydra, but that's fine. So this is the main Hydra. We will kill the... Yeah, okay. I think I would split the damage, to be honest, but that's fine. So this is the main Hydra, and these two are the auras, if I'm not mistaken, right? Okay, let's just Seal of Doom. So this splits into two Hydras. That's right. We have another forest here. So how much mana do we have? It's 8. This is 8 plus 4 is 12. That's a lot. So we are definitely playing a Seal of Doom. We will add 3, play the Elementalist. We do have Seal of Doom in the grave, which is awesome, which means we can run back the Season of Renewal. And this is kind of the loop I was talking about. I'm not sure if it will be enough this game, to be honest, but I'm hoping for it. So we could go Season. This is how much mana? This is 5. We don't quite have enough, so we could go just Fat Chocoboko, right? We could also go Ardent Elementalist, but I don't feel like that's necessary. I'll just play the Fat Chocoboko. Should be a good blocker too. And we will just say go here. He'll try to kill whatever they attack with. We go Winding Way, interesting. Find 3 elves, and one of them is Priest of Titania, which means a lot of mana as well. They play the Priest. I was thinking about playing a 3rd Seal of Doom, if that's something we would want to do. I mean, maybe, right? Maybe it's a good play to play 3 of them. Okay, Lana Elves. And more Lana Elves. Go to combat. They will attack with 2 Hydras. Well, we will gladly take one with us, to be honest. So we will definitely kill the bigger one. Okay, they have added 2 mana. I'm not sure what will they use them for, to be honest. I was thinking they might have Vines of Vastwood, since they have added 2 by untapping the Elves by the Ranger, but they will just use it to crack the food, that's fair. Okay, we will gladly block here. Okay, this doesn't look that bad for us now. We do find another forest, and the creatures we control actually gain trample. So we have no more Ardent Elementalists. We win the first game, that's sweet. So there was this problem by getting the Ardent Elementalist into the graveyard so that we could season, so I think I would attack. We win the whole match. They don't want to play a game 2 against this deck. I guess they deem it pretty annoying, but it was pretty cool. Alright guys, we do go second against Insta BNF, and I think we can keep. We have a lot of lands, we have some ramp, this is all good. We will rely on the Malevolent Rumble pretty heavily here to find what we need. They go for a Swamp. This one is really cool from Murders of Karlov Manor, I think. And they go for Infestation Sage, which is a difficult matchup, to be honest. Okay, let's go for Wild Growth and pass the turn. Okay, they go Village Rites, probably trying to find a land drop here. Seems like they didn't find it, very interesting. We will definitely go something like Wild Growth into Rumble. The gift is pretty scary there, but that's fine. Since obviously we can't really play it if we play the Rumble. It's pretty useless in this hand. It's very useful in some other hands, but in this one, I don't think it's that good. You'll tap 3, play the Rumble. Find an Arbor Elf. I guess that's fine. We can use an Arbor Elf. It's definitely better than all the other things. The Elementalist can return the Season if we actually manage to find the red source. Let's play the Arbor Elf. Okay, they hit us for 1. I still don't see the use for the gift, so we may be forced to return the Rumble or the Season, depending on what we actually draw. And we don't have many payoffs here. They go for a Mortician Beetle. Highland Forest, that's a red source, which is great. So we will play that, and we're just gonna go say go. Next turn we will try to play the Elementalist, maybe pick up the Rumble and find something to do. Line Breaker is here. I think, to be honest, the only reason why we are still in this game is because they haven't found the second land, to be honest, since if they played multiple threats a turn, we would be in big trouble since we aren't doing much. Generous End is quite good, it's a threat as well. I think we can take the time off and actually play that. We could go give, if we go Elementalist, since I see a second line where we go Elementalist, no, but we have nothing to return with the gift, so there's no point. Yep, let's just do the thing we wanted to do and play the Generous End, and we are just saying go. We can untap it and crack the food at least, if nothing else, right? But next time we should have some action with the Malevolent Rumble, and that really should help. We go Carrion Feeder, so they have the full combo, and I think this will sign some trouble for us. Even though they are on one land, they still like are doing a lot, you know? Yeah, they can't attack even with that because of the elf, the ant rather. And that's it from them. So we can untap the forest and maybe like use the food at least. Alright, so at least we gained the 3 life, which is something. I don't think it will be super helpful, but you know, it might do something. And I think we can start attacking with the end as well. They will most likely just chump block. Season is, I mean, interesting. Let's run the elementalist even before we attack. I want to see what we are working with the malevolent rumble, right? Which is what we are going to pick up with the elementalist. And then let's play it and hopefully we can find some action finally. Sadly, Seal of Doom is also pretty useless, right? Since all of the creatures are black. We find another elementalist, which is nice. We can use that for the Season of Renewal, but we will pick up the Chocoboko for sure. We can even play this turn, which I am a big fan of. So let's untap. And I guess we can attack with the end. Okay, let's hit them for 5. They will probably just chump block with the Line Breaker and sacrifice it, right? Very easy for them. Sadly, you know, Mono Black Sacrifice is notorious for having some great lines of blockers against those big decks. Big decks if you don't have trample, but what really helps is that the Chocoboko will give our creatures the trample they need. So we should be able to get in for quite a lot starting next turn. Of course, it really depends how big their beetles and feeders will be. Okay, we are still in the blockers phase. Okay, and then we will just play a land at 3 +2. Oh, it triggers the Mortician Beetle. Yeah, this is a nightmare matchup. This is an absolute nightmare matchup. I guess play the Chocoboko. Okay, I think we will attempt to triple block the Carrion Feeder, I think. They will stamina. Yeah, the stamina was pretty obvious. I shouldn't have blocked probably, but this matchup is very difficult. I'm not sure what to do. Even they're beating us even on one land, right? But we will see what can we do with this. Forest is not ideal. I guess we can Season. We can like Ardent Elementalist. I mean, it's not bad. It's not like it's the end of the world. We can actually just play a Season of Renewal. As a creature, we will return the Elementalist, and as an enchantment, we will return the Chocoboko. Then we will swing with the Generous End. I think this is not the end of the world. Since we have so many lands, I think we are still in this game, even though the matchup is very difficult. They have been really unlucky though with their draws, let me tell you. Okay, they block Sacrifice, and if I'm not mistaken, we can actually kind of play everything here. Of course, we want to keep the gift, so that's 3, 4, 5, 8. I think we are 1 off, but we definitely want to play the Boko though. We could also play the Elementalist, but I think we have to play the Chocoboko here. Yeah, for sure. I could have attacked with the Bird Token too, to be honest. Wouldn't be a bad attack. And the Trample from the Chocoboko is very, very important. I also have to keep in mind that after turn 4, it will die. They go Nezumi Linebreaker. Combat, I don't think they attack with... Never mind. I think we do want to get rid of the Mortician Beetle if possible. So how much they can get this? So they can get 1, 2, 3, 4. So this can be up to 9/9. Yeah, I'm quadruple blocking. I don't care. We have so much value with the Elementalist and the Season of Renewal that this is really good for us. Okay, so they will leave alive 1 bird token probably and kill the rest, which we like because of the Season. And end step and the gift. We do like a gift. So I think the plan here is actually quite different than usual. We will attack first, and then we will actually use the gift after we return the renewal with the Elementalist. So the plan is 1, 2, 3, 4 Elementalist. Let's get back the Season of Renewal, why not? We have 2 here, so we can already use it actually. The gift, which we will. Return back the Vessel and the Chocoboko. We will tap for 3, untap, tap for another 3. We have a Chocoboko here. Yeah, we win the first game, very grindy. Obviously, it's not even fair since they were on one land. And I think if they didn't, we would be in extreme trouble. So, you know, now we're going to see how it really is. I do think Night Soil could be actually decent against them. Let's take 1 Ardent Elementalist out, the double Seal of Doom, of course, bring 2 cast downs. I want to try the Night Soil. I do want to try the Breath Weapon as well. 1 Vessel, 1 Gift, double Breath Weapon. And then I guess let's try the Night Soil. I mean, we are not going to win, so at least let's have some fun, right? Life gain from the pulse could be decently useful. Season of Renewal is the combo piece. We don't necessarily need that. So let's take second Night Soil. They will be sacrificing a lot, so we could get a lot of 1/1s, I feel like. They could be really good as blockers. Actually, let's take out 1 Oh, okay. I think we are going in with 59. No, that's not possible. We have to go with 60. So we are playing 3 Elementalists still. Or maybe only 2 and 3 Gift as well. Yeah. Okay, now they are going first, and I don't believe they will have a 1-lander this time, so this is very hard for us. Again, this hand not ideal. We have to mulligan. This is better. I like it. We can definitely keep this one. We have the Vessel. We have the Breath Weapon. We have the Gift. I think the Gift is the weirdest one in this hand. Let's mulligan that away. Shambling Gust. Yeah, that's really good. I mean, since we see the Gust, we don't really want to play the Arbor Elf if they have like a sacrifice outlet. which is very possible they will, but I guess we are risking it anyway. I mean, Shumbligast is a very hard counter against the elf, but if they don't have village rights, or conviction, or feeder, or the vampire, we should be fine. They also can have the accursed marauder, which would be a blowout too. Yep, here is the second land. Yeah, they have a marauder. I mean, that's the better version, but they will get to have a treasure probably. But they will sacrifice back the accursed marauder and keeping the ghast. Very interesting. Maybe they think we have more than one of the elves? Here is Unbridled Growth, which we like because of the bread weapon. I think we can just play a Haunted Mire and just go for the growth. Keep it really simple here. Next turn maybe like Vessel crack it, you know. The growth can be cool. For the bread weapon, if we play the bread weapon early enough, right? Okay, they forgot to attack it seems. And they are saying go. Interesting. Find the Malevolent Rumble, that's very good. I guess we can play the Rumble, see what we actually find. Chocoboko, Utopia Sprawl. I do like the Sprawl, reason being that we don't have to hold the growth for the weapon then. Let's take the Sprawl. Let's play a Forest. Let's sprawl up the Haunted Mire. We will say red, and then we can't double green, but that's fine. We will play the Vessel instead, and we will pass the turn. They will probably... Okay, they will Stamina this one. Why Stamina the Ghast? That's kind of weird, no? I mean, maybe they want to sacrifice it, want a treasure? I don't really know what's going on there. Okay, yeah, village rights. I get that, but then like on the other hand, was it really necessary to Stamina first? I guess if it's the only creature they have, it might be really important for them. Create the treasure, okay. Guy comes back tapped, and they draw 2. That's probably the most important thing. Now they are, I guess, a little bit flooded, you could say. They go Mesmeric Fiend, alright. Obviously, we are not very happy about that one. They will take the breath weapon, and they will village rights it away. Smart. Yep, breath weapon is gone. Shambling Ghast, that's fine. We will take 1. Okay, that will be the end of their turn. We have a Nyxborn Hydra, which is actually super sweet on the Eldrazi spawn, and I think we will use that opportunity actually instantly play it. Cast with Bestow. It will be a pretty decent attacker for some time, I feel like. X is only 3, but you know, it's still valuable. Okay, let's attack. We will start hitting them for 3 here. Here is a Carrion Feeder and another Mesmeric Fiend. Alright, so the growth is exiled permanently. We have less decisions to make now because of it. Okay, 1 more damage. Find a Generous End. That's pretty good, but we can't play it yet, which isn't that great. So we will sacrifice the Vessel, find another Vessel. Sadly, here is a bread weapon. We will pick up the Vessel though for sure. So yeah, let's play the Vessel again. You could cycle the end, but I would rather play it to be honest. Crack the Vessel for the second time. Oof, I don't know about this. Probably Unbridled Growth here. And we will attack for 3 yet again. And it looks like they may have forgotten that the feeder can't block, since they want to do the play of sacrificing the gas, targeting the Hydra, and then blocking, but the guy can't block, so that's pretty good for us. Sweet. Here comes a Nezuma Linebreaker to support the Carrion Feeder. Obviously that's very tough now. And Fiend again. So I think the end is gone. Most likely, right? Yep. And we are getting hit for 4. Find a Pulse of Murasa, which I actually love. Let's see what can be returned. A creature or a land. So we have the Chocoboko here. I like it, I like it. We can return like the Unbridled Growth or something. I mean, we can play it rather. We can sacrifice it to see what we draw. Cast down is awesome. Really awesome actually. We will attack first. See if they want to buff up their Carrion Feeder even more. Looks like that's gonna be the case, which is great for us. Maybe they have something like Village Rights or Corrupted Conviction too. No, they will actually use it on the feeder, which is good for us because we have the cast down. And I think now is a great time to do it. So let's Pulse of Murasa. Sorry, let's cast down. We will pulse next turn if they don't have another Mesmeric Fiend in there. Okay, this works perfectly. And we win the match, actually 2-0. Pretty fair and square. Obviously, if they drew better, they probably would have won, but you know, we will take the decent 2-0 here against Mono Black Sacrifice. Alright guys, we are back with the conclusion, and deck was actually pretty difficult to build and pretty difficult to build properly. I do think the combo of Seal of Doom and the Ardent Elementalist is decent, but the deck is sometimes very inconsistent and very slow. Some games the Rofellos gift is awesome and it returns like 5 cards from the graveyard, and some games it's really bad and it returns like 1 or 2. So the inconsistency is here, but I think it was a really cool brewing challenge. Though I wouldn't recommend this deck, I think the win conditions are kinda iffy and the grindiness is definitely there, but if the opponent has something like a Relic of Progenitus or Nihilist Spellbomb or some other way to hate your graveyard, you can get into a lot of trouble with this deck. I thought it was fun, you know, it took more than 2 days to actually fully build the deck and test it and put it into this version, and to look through all the possible options of cards we could actually play in it, and I'm pretty happy with this. I don't think it's very good though. We did win some games and those games will be shown, but we lost a lot of games. We actually lost like 75% of all games we've played. There was a lot of quitting very early since I wanted to make some changes right after I lost each time, so that's why it took so long. But hey, we did have a lot of fun while playing, and I guess that's what matters, so that's the most important thing here. So of course, let me know if you have some ideas how to make this deck better or how to play the Rofellos gift deck in general. I'm super curious. I think the card has a lot of potential, but I haven't unlocked it yet, I feel like. So thank you for watching. I really hope you like this deck experiment and have a great day. I will see you soon. Bye.